Hey guys, Kev here, and I have the ZT0044, and this is their button lock model. I absolutely love it. However, currently it is bound up. I don't know what's going on with it, but oh, there it goes. It wasn't deploying. Now it's deploying. It's a very strong detent. It's just getting, oh, there it goes. Can't deploy it. It's just bound up. If I push the button, it just falls right out, no problem. So I want to take it apart and just see what's going on. I think maybe the spring might just be like in there weird or something happened. But you guys saw the unboxing and it felt great. So not sure what's going on. I didn't take it apart or anything. This is in my world, this is 4 minutes later. So let's take it apart. We have a T8. I'm hoping it's something simple. If not, I'll hit them up, and I'm sure they'll take care of it. Their customer service has been great whenever I've had any questions. Very cool. There's just literally a hole here. I know that sounds weird, but I don't know how to explain that better. This is not a traditional looking pivot situation. There is a hole, and then the pivot looks like it's deeper in there. It's like a bushing system, maybe? Might be some bushings going on here. That'd be cool. So I will continue to investigate. We need a T6 here on the clip screw. Wait. No, oh yeah, these body screws up here I need to get out. So yeah, I think I need to take the clip off. I'll do it just to get it out of the way for us, assuming I can. We don't have any issues with Loctite. They use a lot, as you can see there. Maybe you can't see it. I'll show you. This screw is absolutely covered in it. Look at this. Oh my God. At least it's blue, though. It's blue Loctite, so I appreciate that. Zoom back out. All right, we're back to a T8 now, or is this like something else? Nope, yep. T8. Man, machining's cool. All right, that opened right up. Let's see what happens. Oh, we gotta be careful because we have the button here, obviously. So, yes, it's definitely better to open it from the other side. Because, yeah, look at that spring. Looks like it's a little bit... Man, they used a nice spring, though. Look at this. That is a thick gauge spring, guys. Usually, companies use those little dinky compression springs. This sucker is pretty big. I thought I saw it, like, bent, but I think that might have just been the way it was coming out there. But yeah, I could see how that could get stuck in a certain way or have an issue. It's really tight. I mean, that's a stiff spring, that's what she said. All right, so we have Teflon cage bearings. These are microscopic. Look at that. Holy cow. They must be 1 millimeter. They even seem smaller than that, but I haven't seen 1 millimeters in a while, so. Yeah, 1 millimeter bearings. Fits right through there. I mean, I don't think there's anything smaller than that, is there? I mean, it almost seems smaller than that, to be honest, but that's crazy. Don't know if I have anything I could put in there. And, I mean, they're multi-row. Come on, just trying to put the card back. They are multi-row, and they're KVT, so they might be a weird size. I probably should have checked. It's USA made, so I'm guessing it's going to be a 3/16 pivot. Let me get this button out of here. Gotta get the blade off. This is a really cool construction. Just interesting. Look, that washer's sitting on there. I guess that's... Wait, there's 2 washers on this side. And then there was the bearing and then the pocket. Oh, and another washer on here, I guess. Interesting. Gotta remember all this shit. Very sleek machining. Good work. Here is your button. Also, I want to note, I did not note this in the unboxing. There was no button stick on this knife. So, just want to point that out. Look at this pivot. It is a wild looking pivot. That's what was throwing me off. I've never seen a pivot like this. So, look at it. It's like just a barrel, and then the threads start down there. It's sort of crazy, and it's super lightweight. It feels like, I don't know what the hell it's made out of. It's like almost like a MIM part. It feels like a MIM part from a firearm, like, what is it called? Metal injected molding or something like that. It's kind of what it feels like. But anyway, trying to just look at all this. Very cool. Here's your standoff. That has threads in it, by the way. Very cool. Very nice machining, milled, finished, all that stuff. Get that nice zero tolerance right here. I really like that. Let's set this up for a picture. I always forget to do that. Okay, wait, hold on. We lost a, so we have the bearing on this side. And how many washers are there? Just one. What? So, what side is this, man? This is scary. All right, so the show side has one washer. And the lock side had 3? Unless they each had 2 and one just fell out. Like that one's got bearing on it. I think what they did was they sandwiched. That's what they did, I think. I think they sandwiched the bearings. Maybe because of the 1mm. So they did this. And they did it like this, you think? I don't know how that would work. I guess it would still operate like normal. I don't know. Very interesting. We're going to have to find out because now it's all, you know, together here. But I'm guessing it's 2 on each side. It'd be weird if they had 3 on one side. It probably just fell out and I didn't notice. Okay, we're going to do this. I'm going to put the button here. Make it a little thumbnail, you know what I mean? Get little thumbnails. Sometimes you need a little thumbnail in your life, you know? Ugh. Small part. I need a small parts tool. My nail is not a good one, that's for sure. If I got it perfect, we'd be here for hours, so I'm going to try not to do that. Really interesting that there's that many washers, though. Okay. I'm going to put the blade here. Put the clip and the pivot screw there. Other screw there. This screw here. And then we just got to put the spring somewhere, huh? Put the spring right in there. There we go. All right. Nice. I'm just going to get the perfect... Well, shit. I accidentally stopped the video, but that's okay. I can just splice them together. Just adds a little work that I stupidly did not need to cause, but it's okay. Just taking a little screenshot or thumbnail shot here. Just trying to get different angles. I know you guys don't care probably, but I always forget to do this and then I don't have a cool disassembled thumbnail, you know? All right, let's take a look at the bearings, see what we got here. I've got all kinds, but this should go quick because 1mm are very, very rare for me. I do not see them often, so I was expecting the thicker ones. These are 3/64. These are all big ones. Yeah, okay. Any in here? No. So they must be in my my backup skiff bag, the one that has the odd sized ones in it. I have a few now, a few little extra bags. This is the one we want right here. These are all 5 mil. Yeah, they're all 5 mil 1/16. Maybe we could just drop this spring in there. Can't reach it. There we go. Ah! What if we just put this spring in? Could probably cut that down. That's probably from when I was messing with the 80/20. All right. Let's see, we need tiny suckers. So here's 5 mil, 1 millimeter. I never did measure that pivot, did I? Where is it? Okay, here. And here's the card. So I'm guessing 3/64 or 3/16. Yep. 3/16. By the way, that's one way you can tell it's a USA made knife. Not always, but they're going to use metric if it's made in China usually. So, so the 5 mil is not going to work then. I have 1/4 inch 1 millimeter. I need 3/16 1 millimeter. I don't think I've ever seen that before. 5 mil 1 millimeter again. I think we're probably going to stick with these stock bearings because I don't really have a problem with them. The 5 mil 1 millimeters would work. They would just have a little bit of, they'd be a little big, but I mean, that wouldn't be a problem, right? But we're going to lose, it just doesn't make sense to me. I didn't have an issue with the feel of the action. It's just something was going on with that spring. So anyway, skiff may have this size if you care, but you could check. So let us put all this stuff back and we can slowly piece this sucker back together. I don't know exactly what to do. I think it's the spring. It's just a really, tough son bitch. And probably can get jammed up a little bit in here is what I'm guessing happened. It was sitting in here and it gets pushed down by this guy and into there. And I don't know, maybe it catches this lip somehow like this. Catches. Try to show you what I'm saying. If you put it in like this and you're pushing, and maybe it pushes against the wall, like the side there somehow, and then it gets stuck, then you wouldn't be able to deploy it. But then you wouldn't be able to push the button either, right? So that can't be it. Definitely, look at that thing. Comes out all weird. Definitely want to put it, I think, with the flat side hitting the bottom of this side, so that it, once you get it seated correctly, man, yeah, this is a scary situation, but then it should be pretty consistent once you get it in there, right? So we'll see. This is going to be a tough one, guys. Especially to put together because you take it apart from the other side. So it's like when you do a button lock, usually you want to take the front piece off, but we'll figure it out. We always do, even if it takes forever. So buckle in, folks. Probably already been 20 minutes. See if I can clean this pivot real quick. Yeah, I just wanted to see if I took it apart and put it back together, if that would just take care of that little issue I had. I've had that happen with artisans before. CJRBs, where they bind up like that. Still don't know why, but so there's your pivot, captive area, and everything. So the button goes here, which is interesting because we're going to put it together from this side. So I don't think I've done it that way before. This all looks clean, right? Yeah, there's a little bit of something there. We can, maybe you're supposed to oil this, but and start by cleaning it all, and we'll see. So in terms of the washers, let me clean this out too. Might be good to have some oil in there, but let me just see what it has in there first. Yeah, some black shit's in there. But this side looks pretty clean, so I don't know. Grab the lubrication. We really only need the KPL regular or original. So let's start working on these. And I think I know how they did it, but I'm not positive. And there's tracks on both sides, which is interesting. So I'm going to lay this one down. Take the next one. And lay that one down like that. Take the next one. I'm pretty sure the way they did this was they had them like this on either side of the blade. Yeah, see, that's what I was worried about. I mean, I can just stack it. So let's do this. The hard part with a button lock is you got to get the plunge and all that shit in there as you're like putting it together. It can be a real pain in the tuchus. And if I'm not even sure how they put it together, it's a whole nother problem we're going to have. So this could be fun. Okay, so the way I see it is they did this, and then they literally put another washer on top of that. So like that, like they sandwiched it and then put the blade on. Right? Now I have to figure out how to get the button in at the same time. So I'm just going to have oil on my fingers as I do this. Maybe put a drop in here. So I want this to have this side. I just think that's safest. So we have a flush side hitting the inside of the scale. That's how I would do it. So this needs to go. That can stay right now. We don't. Okay, whatever. Okay, cool. This is gonna suck. All right. This can fall through, right? No. What, can it go through this way? No. Okay. So it has to go in this way. That's interesting. Okay. Ugh. Yeah, if I do all this and then the freaking bearings weren't in that way, it's going to piss me off. So, also want to do this real quick. Where's that KPL? Let me just get these lubed up so they're ready to go. I don't have to try to do that while I'm holding 80 things and whatever. Put a little on that spring. All right. Okay, so what needs to happen, maybe it's easy, I don't know, we're going to find out now. So I need to get this blade in. Okay, it is easy. And then when it opens, it drops in. So maybe they made that easy, I don't know. So now I need to kind of keep it, I think, I'll figure that part out. So now this one goes on like this, at least I think. Then the bearing, right? And then you have the other washer on that side. And then the spring obviously has to get compressed. So I want it in this way. We might have to redo this and try it the other way too, just to see what works. And this is kind of the guessing game where like you're not 100% sure if you're holding it right, and you just gotta go for it. Okay. Somehow it all went together. I'm like a little bit surprised. So, well, let me make sure it works first before I start giving props. Not to myself, obviously. Yeah, something's up there. All right. There we go. Okay. Dead nut centered. Let's see. Okay. A little bit of play, but I haven't tightened everything yet. Huh. So, big props to ZT because they made the button lock easy to disassemble and reassemble. You didn't have to, I mean, have you guys ever taken apart a ProTech? It can be a flippin' nightmare to take a ProTech apart. Not gonna lie. And I gotta say, the button feels really consistent now. So I think that it just got somehow in the wrong spot. It doesn't feel as strong as it did, but it feels damn near perfect. I mean, I don't know what, like, listen to, you can see it fly out, deploy. Yeah, it's the same. He could slap that sucker. Feels really good. So what I'm going to do is, well, I'll put the clip on and everything. I'm trying to decide if I want to flip it right now. I don't think I will because I'm going to pass this around. And I might as well try to keep it unscratched for the guys, you know. You can see which side it was on, right? Now, that screw seems awfully long. But must have been in that slot. And then this one was the one that was really Loctited, I guess. I don't know. Oops. Very nice. Okay. So, dead nut centered. Great detent. Little bit of play there. Okay, so let's do one thing. Take this out. And I want to clean everything again. And then I'm going to Loctite it. Yeah, there's a lot of shit on there. Just a lot of, I guess, Loctite, but it wasn't Loctite. I mean, it was loosening, but I guess it was kind of like, I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say. Like, it was loose, but it was like not just like loosey-goosey. You had to, work to loosen it off, but it was walking. Or it was just set that way, I don't know. So, clean that all out. And then I just want to check everything, make sure so just tighten it down. Still centered, still fires. A little bit of play, but it's, swinging down. I could get rid of that probably with a little turn there. No play, but now I gotta, but it's not bad by any means. Still feels good. I mean, if you, geez, see that? See, it's doing that robotic thing again. It's really cool. I think it's because of the way they did the washer thing. Like, it's not washer bearing blade. It's washer bearing washer blade. And I think that kind of gives it an interesting interface, very smooth. So it's kind of got that smoothness like washers, but it has drop like bearings. It's very interesting, and I like it. So I'm not complaining. And I bet you it'll wear in, unlike a bearing knife where they kind of don't have a break-in after the first 10 minutes a lot of times. These will probably wear in and get better. Uh-oh, the deten's getting heavy again. A little concerned it's gonna bind up again. Interesting how it does that. Oh. But when it binds up, man, it hurts because you really put pressure on that flipper tab and thinking it's going to deploy, No, I think we're good. So the button never comes out far enough to where it could get caught the way I was saying. That's stupid. So disregard this stupid comment. Looks like there's a little bit of schmutz down there. Zoom in. Like right there. See that? See if that could cause any stuff. Probably not, but. Yeah. It definitely smoothed out the button a little bit. Like, now we got more of that stuff. Wait, that's coming from the stop pin. I'm an idiot. So that can't be causing anything. That's just the stop pin. Oh, sorry. Now it feels just like it did after we put it back together. A little bit, not softer, but, or not soft, but softer than it was. So, I think it's fine. I could see that spring getting compressed different ways, and, you know, that could alter how it feels, I guess. So it doesn't look like I'm going to get a perfect reading on this. So I'm probably going to actually Loctite it. I'm wondering if the way they did this, I'm just trying to figure out why. There's Loctite on it, so it's not to avoid Loctite. I was thinking that for a second. Don't need a lot. Man. They really nailed the centering, though. I mean, great. No play, no rock, swings down. Yeah, and you have a pretty thin stock on here. Decently tall blade, S45VN, really sharp. So, I don't know, man. I really like this knife. So, anyway, I was hoping that it was just a minor thing, like either an assembly thing or something got shook loose or the spring just got caught, you know, something like that. And that seems to be what has happened. So we have taken it apart and put it back together, and it is good to go. One thing I did not mention in the unboxing is the price. I looked it up. It is 360 doll hairs. That was on Blade HQ. I'll put a link down below if you guys are interested in this puppy. Anywhere I can. Is it worth 360 bones? That's probably what you're wondering, right? Yeah, it's made in the United States of America. And it's made in-house by ZT Knives. And in the U.S., the going rate for a CNC'd extremely high tolerance knife, excuse me, is in that range, to be honest, right? Usually a little more if you think about it, but ZT is a bigger company, so they can make more, so they can bring the costs down a little bit. Man. So smooth. The way they did the washers is so interesting to me. And it gives it that robotic, hydraulic kind of feel, but you got to kind of launch it. Not launch it, but just give it a little go, and then it just, weep. I got to leave it alone because I want it to lock tight. Yeah, I think the price is fair. I don't think there's anything wrong with the price. Did I go a step too far there? Yeah, 360. I mean, it's 2025, right? Knives cost more money these days. And so, you know, I think it's fair. I don't necessarily know if I would pay it personally. This was sent to me by ZT. Shout out to them, and I will pass this around. But yeah, I don't know if I would spend $360 on it, but it is worth the money. It is very nice, you know. But I think you would have to be a button lock person, you know, to get into a $360 button lock. You really should be a button lock person. So just make sure of that if you know about button locks and whatnot. If you like ProTech button locks and, you know, then you're probably going to be a big fan of this because it has the same qualities, but honestly, it feels a little nicer. It's titanium, right? Might have went a little tight on that pivot, but I think it's going to break in. So I think I'll leave it. But yeah, very, very cool knife. Let me know what you guys think. I'm very curious to hear your thoughts in the comments. That was your disassembly and reassembly, no bearing swap of the ZT Knives 0044. I dig it. Love you guys, and I'll catch you later. Peace.